welcome to another episode of Legion Elite Motorsports. I'm your host, Isaiah. And today, hopefully, we will be getting the car started. So let's get to it. Okay, so we are about to slide in the new battery right over here. It's remanufactured with a 2-year warranty for $50-something. You can't beat it. Whatever. And then we got our battery box here. Pretty standard. And then next, we have our terminals right here. Now, let me talk to you about these terminals first, because I've seen a lot of people make some stupid mistakes, which is fine. We're human. It happens. But what you're going to want to do is take off this terminal, right? Just like so, right? We got two screws. So we're going to take both of them off. Okay. All right. Now, what do you see? I see paint that needs to come off in order to make the proper contact to make ground or positive. That's what I see. I've seen a lot of people do a battery relocation kit and they put it all together and say, hey, I have problems starting my car, or it doesn't keep charge, or the lights are dim, or whatever, right? You have to remove the paint on the contact. Now, there's some remove here, yeah, but look at this fatty wire. That's not enough. You got to remove more. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a flathead, scrape away all of the paint, and then we're going to connect these terminals. So we'll be back, we'll get her done. Okay, so once the terminals are complete, as you know, the power is going all the way to the front, our distribution block, and our ground. We have to put it to a proper ground. That part is actually up to you, but the one that I'm using is over here in this hole. Now, as you can see, it's rusted to poop, which I already expected it to be rusted. But before you can make a proper ground, you have to remove all of the rust, all of the paint beneath the screw. So we're gonna get fired up on that. We're gonna take that screw out. We're gonna remove all of the rust in that area and on the screw to make a proper ground, and we're gonna strap it up. Okay, so we're gonna call that ground, and we're gonna connect the battery, of course, and we're gonna check for fires, smoking, or anything of the sort. Put the key in the on position and see what it looks like. Connected, we got lights. What does it look like? Okay, whatever. Anyway, we got lights. Let's put a key in here and see what we get. Hey, looks like a regular car. And we got the green light on the computer, which is excellent. So let's see if I can pick up some info from the computer. Excuse the glare, but let's see. Alrighty, we are connected. Let's see. Oh wow, they have a pin on here. So the computer is locked. I have, let me see. Oh wow. Okay, so new strategy, because the computer is locked. Yep, I'm going to have to contact the previous owner and get the pin so I can adjust the tune, because as you can see, the throttle position is at 80-something%, and there's an adjustment that I need to adjust for that, in order to get the car in crank mode to even start. That sucks but it's okay though. Just a hop, skip, and a program away, and we will knock that out. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so now we're gonna put in the intake, which is gonna squeeze up in here. Have enough pipe to adjust where it's going, but the ending result should be pretty good. So let's get this in, and there we go. So we're trying to do something like that, pretty much. So let's get this on there and see what we got. Okay, intake is on and tight. We're looking good, that's done. And also, we have the piping for the down pipe, which we're going to tackle also. And they gave me the wrong hose at AutoZone, so gotta go back and get that water neck. So we're gonna knock that out. So we moved the positive battery from the fuel pump, and I'm going to run it under here, and it's going to be going to a relay, but for right now we are going to put it to direct power, which is in the trunk, just to get the car started, and we'll take it from there. And also, before we get it started, we're gonna change the fuel filter, and that is that guy down there. We want to feed fresh, clean fuel to our injectors so we don't clog them up and get inaccurate fuel readings because of a piece of rust. So we're gonna change that, get that swapped in. Okay, we got the old oil filter out, and as you can see, nothing but nastiness coming out. So we don't want to feed that to the new injectors. So the tools you'll need, or the tools I decided to use, is a 3/4, you know, to get the socket off the top, and then you hold it still with the 3/4 on the neck. So, and it's kind of hard to do in such a small space, but I get it done. All right, so here's a new one. You take the 3/4, you hold it still, you put your banjo bolt on there with the new washers that come with it, and you assemble it. Now, of course, I can't do this because I'm gonna need 2 hands and some, but grasp the concept. That line down there that is circular, that is coming from the fuel tank through the filter to the feed, which is this one here, which has another one of those banjo bolts. So that is pretty much about it for that. So you just connect this in. The filter itself is about 20 bucks if they have it in stock. If not, they can definitely order it. I got this one from AutoZone, and that's the part number there. So yeah, I'm gonna install this. I'm gonna connect the fuel pump to power and make sure we're getting proper fuel pressure over here with no leaks, and then we'll take it from there. So now that we have the battery to the back, and this is our fuel pump wire, we're gonna connect it to power and check for leaks. That is a loud fuel pump. Alrighty. No, I don't see anything dripping. Everything looks good. Back here, nothing's wet. Now let's go up to the front Alright, I found our first leak, which is this bad boy right here. So I need to fix that one, and we got a dancing fuel piece here, and it's dripping. Yep, that's dripping too. So we're just gonna have to tighten up this top hat and take it from there. I'm pretty sure we just got to throw some Teflon tape on this one. I don't know, this pull seems like it's coming from the front here, but it's kind of hard to tell. So let's see if I could dry it up and try again, see exactly where it's coming from. So yep, let's figure these leaks out here on the fuel. Fuel filter is perfect. I see no leaks there. So it's all up top. So we'll definitely get to it. Okay. So we Teflon taped it, and we put pressure on it, and everything looks good. And I'm gonna run it by you guys again so you could see it. So give me just a second, and we will fire this bad boy up. Well, not fire up, but get that fuel pump running. Fuel pump is on. I'm going to adjust that fuel pressure higher once the car is running, but that is enough to get it started. So if we check here, it's no more leaking, and nothing leaking there, nothing leaking over here. So that is a success. All right, on to the next couple of issues we got to cover, which is the vacuum line here, which I do have right now. We're gonna put that in, and we're gonna put this one all the way in with the proper clamp. And then everything up here will be sealed, and we will be good to go. So let's get to it. Okay, before we tighten down them hoses, just for kicks and giggles, let's try to start it, just to see if it will crank. All right, key in. All right, here we go, huh? Nope. That means the tune on this mother is not necessarily garbage, but definitely has to be adjusted because the throttle is at 80%, not showing flat line for cranking. So as soon as we get the pin, we can go ahead and get that going and start it for real next time. But she's at the cusp. I'm just waiting for the pin, or I might take a full day and try to crack the pin, but I'm gonna, give it a couple more days to see if I can get the pin before I start trying to crack the pin, which is a long process because it's 6 digits. So I would have to start from 0 and go all the way to 9 until it brings me back to the home screen and allows me to adjust. All right, so everything is complete. We only have the exhaust to do. And holy cow, it's amazing how rust travels. But anyway, so I'm just going to check for spark. Make sure everything is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, let's crank it up and see. Alright, so we seem not to be getting spark. Okay, so got that tied down, and with that being tied down, I have established spark. So next will be fuel. And let me see, so take these off for a second. Where's my other one? Alright, we're gonna try these. Alright. And then we're gonna try this one. Okay. I'm going to take off this upper hose and see if we have fuel coming down. Then we'll take it from there. So as you can tell, there is no fuel coming out of those injectors. So they could be clogged, they could be dead. I'm going to swap them out for some stock ones. But at least I want to see if this car will crank over with just, pouring fuel into the throttle body. So I'm gonna do that and make sure I have spark coming down to the spark plugs, and we'll take it from there. Update. You got bad ground for the MSD, and I connected a good ground. Let's see what happens. It turned over. It was alive. Even if it was just for a couple seconds. She turned over. Oh yeah, okay. Alrighty. So we got some good news. That's a good start. So let me fix this ground, and we're gonna take her from there. But she did crank over. Hell yes. Okay, all right. So let's do that, and let's see what we get. Okay, here we go. Second start. That smells like a success. Hot damn. Okay, so alrighty. So basically she's good to go now without having to mess with the tune. But what we are gonna do is change out these injectors. For some weird reason, they're not working at all. So we're gonna swap them out to some stock ones and see what comes of that, and see if we can get this thing turned on. Okay, so I went to go start it with these stockies, and I don't know if you can see this, but it is cracked, and when I put it in the on position, it is spraying fuel out of that crack. So, gotta find me some injectors. Until then, I'm gonna see why the trilogies aren't flowing. But I'm just happy it starts. So I'm gonna jump on that and see what I could muster up and work out. So close, but yet so far. So basically I'm gonna find out what the injector not firing is all about. So I'm gonna clean them and reinstall them. Also, I'm going to see if I misplaced a certain part that goes to the computer, which goes to the negative side of the coil. So I'm gonna be looking for that in the next episode, and it definitely should be running by then. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that bell icon and subscribe, and I'll see you next episode.